Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of F122, my team career mode for the Canadian GP here at another street circuit. There you go. As you saw in the last video, please go check it out. It was at Baku. Definitely that was one of my better circuits, obviously, but now we're going into one of my least favorite circuits, which I actually don't hate this circuit in real life. I actually like it because it provides good racing. I'm just not a big fan because it's one of my weaker circuits, which is in Canada. So you see right now we're doing some R&D upgrades. We do actually have some, we can actually do a rear downforce upgrade that will go on for the British GP. We also can do a drag reduction upgrade if we want to get that done, but honestly we can't really do anything else kind of like on that. We could do front, maybe rear downforce, but I'm debating on rear downforce because we're, you know, struggling a little bit on the rear. So I decided to do that. I'm gonna try to take a break from engine upgrades after, because I think I need to start focusing on other departments besides the engine and the durability. I feel like I've been putting too much focus on the engine, which I need to put more on the chassis and aero, because those are basically the two. I mean, obviously engine's important too, but I think I'm gonna go for there. But here we are actually for the Pirelli Hot Lap feature. I believe we put a I think we put an ERS upgrade on, or fuel efficiency upgrade on. I think that will come on time for Austria, but I'm not sure. We chose autocross again. We're gonna try autocross again. Personally, it's not one of my favorites, but we're gonna see if we can get this right. I'll tell you right now, honestly, these Pirelli Hot Lap features are fun, but this is probably the worst one in my opinion. I could be wrong. You guys always have a right to judge, but it's not one of my favorites, unfortunately. But to be fair, you know, you never really, you know, they don't really give you good, you know, events, kind of like autocross. And I mean, they have rival duel and the drift one, but personally, I'm not really big into the drifting, even though I'm more of a guy that likes to drift, like in time trial, not, you know, in, what do you want to say, in the Pirelli Hot Lap feature. You know, it would be fun though, drifting in the supercars, because they are really fun to drive. But you see right here, autocross, it's definitely, I missed that, and hit a cone, and look at that, you're already gonna miss your time. It's very hard in autocross, because you have to, there's so many, like, you know, like jink left, jink right, and honestly with the controller, because I play on controller, I don't have my, well, I actually do have my steering wheel, I just don't have the other parts for my, I've actually bought that steering wheel 3 months ago and I haven't even got my pedals yet, so I'm waiting on the pedals to come, but and waiting for my wheelbase, and also other things coming as we hit more cones, we're gonna hit another cone, and we hit another cone. Oh my god, we're gonna hit every cone in the damn universe. But that's all seriousness, it's definitely a struggle with this game mode, and we're gonna fail it, so we ain't even gonna advance, but you can't even do it again. So here we are in FP1 actually. Bottas actually goes fastest in the Alfa Romeo, so Alfa Romeo actually showing some good pace this week, and Zhou Guanyu going fourth. First practice section was very wet, so Oscar went P15, we went P22. Yeah, I told you guys, this is one of my weaker circuits. I mean, we struggled. We only passed, I think, 2 out of the 3 programs, which is not bad. We didn't pass the race strategy one or the qualifying one. Or no, I think we did pass the quality one, but I think we only just, so we didn't get purple. I try to get purple in every session. So, FP2, Leclerc goes fastest. Alfa Romeo once again showing really good pace with Bottas 5th, Guanyu 7th. And we go P18 in this session, and we beat Oscar on a soft tire run. 2.2 seconds off the pace, Oscar 2.6, so not very good, to be quite fair with you. We are, oh my, we're really struggling for pace this weekend in Canada. No, honestly though, Canada, it's a fun track to drive, don't get me wrong, it's just not a circuit I am just strong at, which sucks, because going into the next other couple of circuits coming up, it's gonna be probably more of a struggle too, with The next race will be probably, I think the next race is actually Silverstone, which I think is more of an AI kind of circuit, so also very challenging. But currently we got no pace, but honestly we're up here for qualifying. We don't have quali pace, so honestly let's just see if we can not qualify dead last in this quali session. So let's get on to qualifying for the Canadian GP. Qualifying here for the Canadian GP here in Montreal. So here we actually go up for our first run. Honestly, the softs, like, they felt pretty nice on this first run, but once again, I mean, we just struggled in qualifying, and just like that, I mean, I think that's like the third time we spun out in that corner. Not in qualifying, it was the first time in qualifying, but in practice, FP1 and FP2, we both spun out of that. I mean, I spun, Oscar spun there in practice, mainly because they decided, because Oscar's being stupid and wanted to race with somebody. But overall, not very good. We'll go down to the next corner. We're actually up on the Delta, will obviously makes sense because we backed off after that lap. We went for a recharge. We recharged the battery and we went out for a second run, and we actually got out a little bit of fuel, so we can make the car a little bit lighter going through some of the corners, but it wouldn't really matter anyways, because we're not really here for the quality pace. We're not really good at qualifying pace. We come across the line now, as it's gonna be dead last, so we're going to beat Bottas this time. Putting a 112.7, I think it was a 112.2 for Nicholas Latifi, so not very good. So we go for our final run, and we actually bin it. No damage, which is good, so no damage, but that's not what you want to see. So we're gonna recharge the battery, but actually when we're trying to recharge the battery, Max Verstappen decided to race us down to turn 1, and this man legit broke my front wing. Of course, one of my favorite drivers decided to break my front wing. Damn it, I hate real life. But that's going to see us out in qualifying, because we're not going to improve that final run, so it's going to be P22 on the grid. Oscar actually going P18, which I think that's really been his Mr. Consistency right there at P18. That's where Oscar has been every race, so yay. Let's get on to the race, shall we?
It's time once again then to go racing here in Montreal, the second largest French-speaking city in the world, and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a tricky circuit to tackle in wet conditions, with top speed still of critical importance down the long back straight. There are 2.7 miles and 14 corners overall on this circuit that in the dry can see average lap speeds of around 130 miles per hour. We'll be lucky to get anywhere near that today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Sergio Perez, and Norris, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, and Esteban Ocon. Sainz, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Joe, Pierre Gasly, and Albon. Tsunoda, Vettel, Oscar Piastri, and Lance Stroll. Bottas, Fernando Alonso, the owner-driver, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Natalie Pinkham, good to have you with us here today. Your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? As a driver, there are three big things to worry about when racing in these conditions: standing water, tyre temperature, and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
Here we are on the grid for the Canadian GP. It's actually raining. I forgot to tell that also. It's going to be a wet race. We actually don't have a wet setup on because it's actually supposed to dry up in the middle of the race, but then it's going to go back to wet. So we're not going to make the mistake like we did in Miami. So, honestly, from now on, if I have to look at the weather more to see if actually it's going to rain, because anything could really change going down. But Ocon, he got a, or no, it's Alonso actually, he got a grid penalty. I believe he did. Nicholas Latifi, I believe as well, took a penalty. Bottas going P19 in the Alpha, so Alfa Romeo having practice pace, but they didn't have any quality pace. But as we're gonna get underway here for the Canadian GP, as we are underway for this race, so we get a good start actually, and we actually do the new thing where you get a better start if you actually go to 90. And I hit the, oh, we almost hit Alonso there. We actually don't hit him though, which is actually good. We actually do get a contact warning with him, with Fernando. We're gonna try to go round the outside of Bottas here, and we're gonna probably back out of the Oscar Piastri. He's got front wing damage. No, Oscar, no. Oh, poor Oscar. The bad luck continues for him. What happened to him the past couple of races. The bad luck's gonna continue for us. Clearly this weekend, but we actually move up into P18, so we're gonna get ahead of Oscar here, which with front wing damage. So we're gonna take. No, actually, Oscar's gonna fight this back. He's actually got more straight line speed than us. Clearly running a much lower downforce to set up. We stay ahead. Alex Albon. That's actually Alex Albon and Yuki Tsunoda going at it down into the Wall of Champions there. As Tsunoda will just stay ahead. Oscar coming to the pit lane. Same as Fernando Alonso. And that's actually, we tried to make a move about through Bottas, and we went out wide, and we actually almost lost the car. So we actually corrected it pretty well. We go defending down the inside, and Lance Stroll comes in this battle, and this is what happens to Lance Stroll early. So he's gonna follow us from now on, and he's gonna bin it, and he hits and he's actually gonna hit the wall. He hit the Wall of Champions. Now he got front wing damage. Brought out a virtual safety car, and once he brought out that VSC, it benefited us as we're going to go back underway here for the Canadian GP here on lap 3. So Stroll brings out a VSC, crashed out, and still going to continue. So full simulation damage. Clearly he's allergic. We are running on full, but the damage rate is on simulation. I don't really want to try simulation. I mean, I'll eventually probably go to simulation damage, but personally, that's just kind of was in F1 2021. I was like that, but honestly, that's just what I like. So sorry for that long pause. I had a lump in my throat. But here we are on lap 4 here of this race, trying to just hit the apexes, and the track's actually drying up. The rain stopped, so they said the rain was only going to hit for a couple laps and the track was going to dry up, but the track's actually drying at a really good rate, because I felt the car improving a lot. We actually have a yellow flag, and that's actually Zhou Guanyu, the Alfa Romeo. So what happened to Zhou? And same corner. As I thought he hit the wall actually, so I thought he had front wing damage, but I guess he didn't. And he's going to continue in this race, but Sebastian Vettel comes into the pits. He's got damage of front wing, because I checked Guan Yu, because I thought he hit the inside wall when I looked at the replay. But he didn't. He's still able to continue, so good for the Alfa Romeo driver. But you see, we're doing 4th gear. Well, that just sounds so weird. Well, we're staying in 4th gear basically. We're just trying to minimize wheel spin. In the wet, the wet's not really our strongest. It's not really my strongest. I mean, I'm okay in the wet, but it's not like I'm not severely quick in the wet. But we actually are pulling a pretty good gap around Guan Yu, but we're losing a lot of time to Bottas and Tsunoda. so that's not really great, but me knew about it. So coming across, we actually almost hit the inside wall. You can't go, I didn't really go full throttle there a lot through that corner because I actually was losing the rear in that P1. I actually lost in going on the formation lap. I went through there full and basically spun out. So learn not to do that again. You can do it in the dry though, but cannot do it in the wet. But there's actually Zhou who's actually getting a lot of time now, and as he pulls about, it's like 1 second that lap. He's gonna get in our not DRS, but he's not gonna gain us here. He's gonna back out of there, but now he's basically gonna follow us. So Fernando Alonso has the fastest lap of the race, so it shows that the track is really improving here. As basically the track felt like it was drying up pretty quickly because I wasn't really losing the car much. But here's Oscar Piastri and Sebastian Vettel, Charles Leclerc leading this race ahead, and actually both McLarens. And I believe it was, I don't know what position they're in, but here's Alex Albon. There's actually Yuki Tsunoda retiring. So the AlphaTauri driver out with an engine issue. While that happens, though, we get called into the pits for soft tires, and we're gonna come into the pits now for a set of softs. So this is the big money game right here. Going down into the pits now, is we're gonna need a good strategy here, a good pit stop here too as well, to not help us. As we're gonna get these tires out right now, and we get, and oh wait, we're on hard tires actually. My mistake. We're actually on hards. Okay, this is. Hold up. So, what's the team thinking here? Okay, so let me get this straight. So everyone else on softs, and they're gonna put me on hards. Okay, okay, team. You guys are smart. So what? We're just gonna run the whole distance like this with the hards? I don't think so, because we're not gonna have a shot to catch up to any of them. It's now we're gonna try to defend here from Zhou Guanyu, but Zhou Guanyu's gonna get ahead, and Fernando Alonso now, he's gonna gain on us. It's about 4 seconds back. We're still trying to warm up the hards. We get the hards all warmed up, but those soft tires are so quick. Alonso goes right past us here. So I'm not really sure what this team strategy is, unless if they really want me to go to the end, which I'm gonna struggle. But if they expect me to go to the end, then I'll do it. But I am not a big fan of that strategy. I can tell you that right now. I look on the race director, and basically everyone's on softs except some drivers are on mediums. So I guess everyone's kind of situated around the grid. But I mean, to be fair, in the back of the grid, there's nothing to lose. Go for softs. It's not like we're gonna score points anyways. I can already tell you guys right now that this car, we have not scored a point yet, and this car does not feel like a scoring points car yet. So we have to upgrade it, make the car faster, try to get those points. I bet those points will come, but honestly, being at Canada, it's not one of my better circuits. I never really scored points here as well. Never won actually in Canada either. So in any of my teams, and I think last year I actually didn't even score points till season 4 of F1 2021 my team, because the past 3 have been engine blowouts. So Canada is not one of my best circuits. Just bad luck, but hopefully that bad luck won today. But look and see, Nicholas Latifi's actually gaining on us. He's down to 1.7, 1.5, 1.3, 1.2. So he's gaining on us so much. We're so slow. I don't know what we have a time trial set up on. Some of my setups have just been really bad lately because the AI are ridiculously fast. So he's actually, Nicholas Latifi, he's actually locking up as we go down the inside on Latifi. Bell's gonna go down the inside, or Latifi's gonna clear us here, and he's now gonna move up into P9. I forgot what position we're fighting for, but there's Sebastian Vettel now. He's gonna go side by side with us on those soft tires. He's gonna get past us. So basically, we're just so vulnerable. It's now P19, so we'll actually move to P17. But we're just so vulnerable in this race. We're not getting anything out of it. So we're kind of under pressure here. So I wasn't really thinking what the strategy was, and personally, I was against this strategy. I know those guys are gonna have to pit for softs again, but I would have probably pitted for mediums, to be fair. I think mediums probably would have gone good for a while, but here's Charles Leclerc leading this race as going down into the next 2 corners. He actually going to lose the car here as Leclerc, the race leader, crashes. PRIX's front wing, and a safety car is out.
Resulting in lots of loose debris on the track. A safety car is being deployed.
This just helped my race out a lot because we were losing so much time. So much time. As we go back into replay mode to go see if, you know, who's basically what's happening. Drivers are actually pitting for, they're going to go on to mediums. So we can benefit from this because they're going to lose so much time. And we're not going to move up into P16 in this race. And we haven't been called into the pits. So we're going to stay out on these hards actually. So maybe this strategy actually did help us. I was against this strategy at first, but hey, I'm wrong. I think the strategy is going to help us here, as it's clearly helping because we're now up to P16 in this race. And now our problem is though, we have to keep an Alfa Romeo behind and everyone else from behind. They're going to have much fresher hard. They're going to have fresher hard tires. And it's going to be hard to overtake Bottas here in the Alfa Romeo and the Alpine of Fernando Alonso. It's not easy to overtake that Alpine, I can tell you guys that for damn sure. That Alpine is so quick in a straight line. But we're going to go racing here. So we actually conducted third gear. We actually should have went down in second. So I backed up the field a lie here. I actually didn't mean to. I was trying to gain time, but I couldn't actually floor it because of my revs. We're going to go back racing here in Canada here as we're going to go down. We cannot overtake just yet because we have not passed the control line, basically, or the finish line to get going. We're gonna get back green. There's actually got a yellow flag actually up in front, and everyone's stacking up here. Everyone's saying, "Oh my God!" And that's Pierre Gasly in the wall, and that's Sergio Perez. Oh, it's an engine issue. We move up into a bunch of positions, but Sergio Perez. Oh my God! Pierre Gasly hits the back of Perez. That's crazy. So Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly hits the back of him, and that is not what you want to see for the Frenchman. No, should probably avoid it better there, bud. Probably should have avoided that better, but it doesn't help us. We're up to P12. We move up a bunch of positions for that. Now we're stuck behind Alex Albon and the Williams. So this Canadian GP is actually being a lot better, but we actually go a little bit wide there. And Zhou Guanyu is actually going to get past us here in the Alfa Romeo, so a little bit under pressure here. But Fernando Alonso now, he's on those soft tires, so he's going to make another run on us. So now it's going to be trying to overtake plus defend if we can do so, which it's going to be really hard because it's going to be hard just to defend in this race. But Sergio Perez out, but here comes not Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso down the inside or down the outside. And we make the move stick, but he's going to fight this back. He's going to get the inside line as we are actually on the race line. He's actually on the race line as well. So he's going to go side by side, and it's going to be a drag race down into the chicane as we're going to go side by side, and we're going to back out of it here. But actually no, for Alonso pits. Alonso's going to come into the pits here, and same as a bunch of other drivers. Sainz, Magnussen, Russell, a bunch of other drivers are going to come into the pits. And now we're P10. We're in the points. We're in points paying positions here for this Canadian GP, which we're staying out. We're on this strategy. This strategy is so good. It's actually helping us a lot. But we're losing time to the Alfa Romeo and the Williams. But Nicholas Latifi now, he's going to try to make a move down the inside, but he's not going to get that move done. We're going to block him down the inside from him to making that move. I'll go down to the next few corners here. Zhou Guanyu and Nicholas Latifi, they're going at it. Guanyu gets ahead. No, Nicholas Latifi now back ahead. Guanyu back ahead now. It's going to be a straight line battle going down. Latifi ahead. And Guanyu runs out a little bit wide. There's actually Oscar Piastri now. That safety car helped him out as well. He's now back in this race. Sebastian Vettel, everyone else kind of behind pitted. But now we can pull away. We can pull away from this gap because now we can just try to aim for points. We just got to stay in the points, honestly. I think we can probably score points in this race if we just play our cards right. If we don't play stupid, we just need to play correct. Do not make a mistake. Do not. That is yawn there. I apologize for that, but no mistakes needed here in Canada on the street circuit. This is gonna be an amazing race. I think we should call ourselves the Street Circuit Menace. Street Circuit Menace right here. Look at this pro racing line. But Nicholas Latifi now and Zhou Guanyu, that actually battle's going on because the Williams and not the Williams, the Ferraris and the Mercedes and the Haas is gonna catch up on that pack. So they're gonna catch up pretty soon on that pack, but we're just dumping overtake. Now we're gonna try to save overtake. Nicholas Latifi, now he's in our DRS range, but he's not gonna get the move done. Latifi's gonna back out of this. As we're coming down into the next few corners, this is actually Lewis Hamilton coming out of the pits now, same as Max Verstappen. There's Mick Schumacher coming into the pits. Well, I think he had a slow rear. Yeah, I think it was slow getting the rear on the car, so that's not what you want. We're gonna benefit from this though, as actually coming out on the pits now. Nicholas Latifi now, he's gonna chase us side by side, going not side by side, he's gonna get on the rear wing. Lando Norris, he's leading the race here. So Mr. Friday and Saturday and what is now leading this race. Nicholas Latifi now, he's gonna try to go down the inside. We're gonna defend down the inside, and we're gonna stop him from making the move stick. It's actually Zhou Guanyu, actually, he gained a little bit of time here as well on him, but Guanyu does get a good exit. Compared to Oscar Piastri now defending from 4 times world champion Sebastian Vettel, which he's defending is really good. I'm so glad that he's actually up here fighting with us. But Nicholas Latifi now, I think he's going to get this move done here. We're so vulnerable on the straight. We're going to have overtake. Latifi's going to get by us here, as he's now going to move up into P7. As actually Zhou Guanyu, he locks up. And we actually hit his back thing, the back of his front tire. So that was not smart for me, but here's actually Oscar Piastri trying to make a move done, but he's not gonna make the move stick. But there's Daniel Ricciardo down the inside. As Ricciardo's just gonna stay ahead here as we go back around here for lap 26 of this race with 10 laps to go here in the Canadian GP. Now at this point, it's gonna be a big fought battle here. See who can get these top positions here in this race. It's going to be a fight between, honestly, who's going to get the last bit of points here in this race. And honestly, I don't know who's going to get them. It's so close. Guanyu down the inside. Can Zhou Guanyu make this move stick? No, he cannot. Zhou Guanyu's going to back out of that one. Gonna not get that position here now. Carlos Sainz going down the inside of our teammate here. Oscar Piastri going to go around the outside. He's not going to get the move done. Yes, he actually is going to get the move done. Piastri now gets ahead of Oscar Piastri. Now Piastri's going to try to fight this back if he can. But Piastri's not going to fight that back as well. It's now 3 wide going down to the hairpin. Who's going to get this move stick here down the inside? Vettel stays ahead. Ricciardo also now in this fight, but he's not going to get this move done here. Ricciardo now fighting with Carlos Sainz to see who can get this move done here. Sainz, Ricciardo stays ahead. He gets around the outside of the Ferrari driver. He now moves up into those valuable points and position. Now lap 29 of this race. The rain is on the way. Remember that, guys. The rain is coming as well. So it's going to be very hard fought to see who can get this race win here in Canada tonight. 5 laps to go here in Canada. It's getting so excited. We're in the points. I can't believe we're actually in the points. We're actually fighting for position. Oscar Piastri, go on, lad. He's going pretty well. Oscar now. Ricciardo is going to fight with his fellow Aussie, and it's going behind the field. There's actually so many faster cars actually behind us. Here's actually Max Verstappen going around the outside of Fernando Alonso. He's going to get the move tag. No, he's actually not. Alonso knows going to fight that. Not Alonso, Espino's going to fight that bug. There's 3 wide back down into the hairpin. Who's going to get the move stick here? Hamilton around the outside. Can he get the move? Yes, he can. Lewis Hamilton gets the move done. I don't even know what position that is. I think it's P1. I'm not sure. It's so close of a battle here in Canada this weekend. Sainz now goes around the inside, down the inside of Oscar Piastri. Piastri's gonna fight that back. Piastri backs out of it. So tough break for Oscar Piastri as that's Oscar Piastri now fighting that position. Piastri now down the inside. He's gonna go around the outside of Lando Norris. Can he get this move done? A little bit of a pause there. He's gonna get the move done. He's gonna go around the outside. There's actually Ricciardo actually making a move on us as well. It's side by side going down into the corner. Who's gonna get the move done? Piastri just stays ahead. Into the corner. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo now. Let's go back to this Ricciardo battle. Ricciardo going around the outside. Can he get the move done? No, he can't. Tough break for the young Australian driver. It's not the young Australian driver. No, Ricciardo's a veteran. I'm thinking of Oscar. Oscar now actually, speaking of Oscar, he's actually fighting with George Russell. Russell's got some front wing damage. as there's more battles happening in the field. This midfield's crazy. This is probably the best race so far this season. The battle at the drag race, the Aston Martin's going to stay ahead of Fernando Alonso here. The drag race, but the rain is coming with 2 laps to go. As we're now into P10, we got passed by Sainz actually. I didn't show the Sainz fight. We didn't bother to fight him. We know we were going to fight him. We hit the inside wall a little bit, but we also have to keep an eye on the fuel. The fuel burn is actually quite high here in Canada. So, and the track's actually starting to get wet now, but as you come around these next few corners, it's going to be very tight. You see, is Norris going to stay able? Norris actually is going to get under pressure. Norris locks up. He's actually going to back out of that one. And it's now actually wet in the racetrack. And now we're actually going to box for inters. We're going to box for inters. Box for inters. As used, we're going to use used inters. Because that's the best. We're just going to use used inters, not new ones. Screw the new inters. Let's just use. See if we can get this pit stop done. I think we pitted before everybody else, so this is a big gamble here, but let's see if we can get the points here. It's a little bit slow, getting there, a little bit slow on the oh no. It's a slow pit stop. No, it's a slow pit stop, but it's okay, it's okay, because we can gamble here. If I feel like everybody else might stay up, but actually no, a couple drivers actually pitted. Magnussen pitted. He's on inters. I'm surprised there's no penalty for crossing the pit lane tree, because we kind of did cross it there, but now it's going to be the money game, the money strategy. Can we catch up to this group and not spin out, and can we get points? We're in P15. But
DRS will be offline. Wait for further updates.
Yeah, Mark, thanks for letting me know. But these guys, they're going to be under pressure here though, because they're going to be struggling because the track is so wet. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win this. Leclerc, I believe that's Leclerc leading. I think he pitted for inters on this last side. No, I think he gambled. He stayed out. Leclerc stays out on this final lap, I believe, as well. That's Lewis Hamilton up in the P2. But we now move up into these valuable point positions here. Can we actually get these moves done here? That's the main problem. If we can actually get these moves done here, we actually might move up into points paying positions here. But we're on the last lap of this race. We're also trying to save fuel as well. But Ricardo gets past now. He's in the P10. He's in those final point positions. But Fernando Alonso, he's out in those mediums. So we might actually gain on him. Someone probably I think someone binned it down the circuit. I don't know who it was. That or someone hit the wall. It was probably Alonso actually hit the wall because the last corner. I saw debris coming out of the last corner. So someone hit the wall. Clearly, I don't know who it is. We almost lost the rear there of the car to come across the line now. Down into these next few positions. Alonso now backs out of it. As he knocks back out, Leclerc wins the race. But now we move to P10. Can we get Oscar Piastri now? We are over to P9. Piastri's out on the hard. What was he thinking? Piastri, he's not gonna get. Oh my god. This is crazy. We're gonna get ahead of Oscar Piastri now. Oh my god. We're now in the points. But Carlos Sainz now. We have to save. We have to lift us on the field. Look at that straight line speed that Ferrari has. Look how much he's gaining on it. Go around the outside. We're gonna send it down the inside. We're gonna block him as we're almost out of fuel here. To come across the line, we fall through adversity. We're gonna get points here in Canada.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Ferme after a fantastic race. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again.
They do it again here. Leclerc wins. That's the third race he's won. amazing after what happened to him on the first couple of laps there. But it's big bags of points for us. Our first points of the season come at our least favorite track, which is Canada. So points were here today. Amazing job from the team. That strategy actually worked. I was a little bit biased on that strategy. I won't lie. I'm a little bit of a biased person in real life too, but it's a bit biased on that strategy. But the strategy paid off. Amazing effort. As we look here for the podium pass. Look at this P9. Unfortunately for Oscar Piastri, no points for him. His points will come eventually. Those points will come. But amazing race from us.
Latifi gets my vote today.
It's time to check
and
out
yeah, let's look at this. The Mr. Goat Tiffy gets P7. Alex Albon gets a P5 for Williams. So my biggest fear was them scoring points, and they actually did score points. Oh my god, this make the constructors crazy. Is now up to P10. Aston Martin yet to score points, but we're 10 points off from AlphaTauri, so unlucky. But it's P19 in the standings. We're no longer last. But even if we did, I think it was the best result we had. Zhou Guanyu actually now we're tied with him in the points, but we're behind Goat Tiffy in the standings. Ricardo gets his first points. Gets in there. But amazing result from us. And moving into the British GP here in Silverstone. Honestly, I'm expecting a good weekend in Silverstone. But thank you guys for watching this episode of F122, my team. Amazing race for us. And hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you guys in the next video.